How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing my second mock draft for the Green Bay Packers, all 7 rounds. In my first one, I went over the Packers free agent class this offseason. I'm not going to do it again in this video since I already went over that. Nothing has changed. Um, so, the Senior Bowl is going on during my first mock draft, so we'll see what has changed since then. But without further ado, let's get started. And again, I'm not going to be doing any trades. So if any pop up, I am not going to be accepting them. So, like I mentioned, let's get rid of these. First off, great start. We got Quinion Mitchell available. He was a guy who was not available first time around. And he's a guy that I really like and would be a perfect fit for Green Bay here at 25. If Green Bay ended up with Quinion Mitchell in the first round, I would be extremely happy. I think he would be a perfect fit. So, looking here in the second round, I already took a DB. Safety is certainly a top need here. I could go with Tyler Nubin. I think he would be a good fit. I'll definitely take a safety or two at some point in this draft. But I'm just going to look at some of these other needs here, like linebacker is a big one. Braylon Trice. He would be a good fit, I think, for Green Bay, but I personally don't think edge is as big of a need as it says. There's definitely some top tackles here, which I don't think either of those guys will be available at 58, to be honest. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota. I really like him. I do think that if what happens in free agency, which I hope happens, like I had mentioned in the last video, Antoine Winfield Jr., Xavier McKinney, one of those guys would be great. Now, I don't know how likely it is that the Packers get either of those guys, just considering the cap situation. So the draft might be the best scenario. But looking here, Ennis Rakestraw is still available. I don't think he will be available, honestly. It's a little bit surprising to see. I'm not going to take him just because I don't think he'll be available, but I do like T'Vondre Sweat. He's a very good player out of Texas, and I think he would work very well on that defensive line, which is a little thin. There's definitely some talented guys, especially guys that came late in the draft last year, but I do think that best case scenario, you get a guy like him there. So let's look at running backs here. I took Braylon Allen last time. I would still be very happy if that happened, but I want to see here if Trey Benson's available. Doesn't look like he is, so I think this time around I'm going to go Blake Corum. I would be very happy with him or Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen is basically a younger, faster, more explosive version of A.J. Dillon. So I would be very happy with that, but I am going to go Blake Corum here. I don't think A.J. Dillon will be retained in free agency, so we got him there, and then Roman Wilson was the guy who we took last time. I would still like him again, but I think I'm going to switch it up, go with some O-linemen here. See who's available. Cedric Van Pran. I think I'm going to take him here. Very good interior offensive lineman for Georgia. I think that Josh Myers didn't play very well this year. He had his moments, but ultimately I think a guy like Cedric would be a very good addition. Maybe take his place, maybe develop behind him and take over the following year, but I think that's a very good pickup there. Wide receiver isn't really a need, but the wide receiver class is still pretty good. So, I mean, Brendan Rice is the one guy I'm looking at, Jerry Rice's son. I think here in the fourth round, I feel like that'd be a good time to take a receiver if they do. I don't think they need to, but I'm very tempted to take him there. Maybe I'll wait till next round, see if he's available, next pick. I think the O-line does need some depth. I think I took Amarius Mims last time. I still think he'll be a very good player. But I do think that Rasheed Walker will be a good player as well. He played well this year. If the Packers do end up moving on from David Bakhtiari, I would be okay with Rasheed Walker starting at left tackle. So I think that depth, honestly, is what is going to be the big need here. So I'm not really seeing anyone that jumps off the page right now, but if we go back defensively, I think linebacker should definitely be something we look at. Guy like Aaron Casey is pretty solid. I think that is what I'm going to go with here, just because the Packers will need some linebacker depth. Because you got Devondre Campbell and Quay Walker, but you don't really have much behind them. So I think that's a good pickup there. Then let's go back and let's go see if Brendan Rice is still available. He's not, so that's a little sad. But I don't think that it's necessary to draft a receiver as good as everyone played this year. I think just developing those guys will be pretty good, so I don't think that's too big of a deal. But I'm gonna go back, check out some safeties here. I do like Tyke Smith. Jalen Charlie's. I think I'm definitely gonna go with Tyke Smith here. So let's do that. Add some more depth to that secondary. Looking here in the 6th round, got a couple more picks left. I think filling out this defense for new defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley is going to be big in the draft. Jawan Briggs maybe. Honestly, at this point in the draft, you're kind of looking for depth guys. So let's see here. Let's go maybe back to O-line, see if there's some more depth you could get there. Yeah, tackle. Maybe Nathan Thomas. I don't. Let's see. Jacob Monk, Dylan McMahon. Could go. I mean, we already took a center, so let's go with Kyle Hergel out of Boston College. Just some good depth there on the O-line. Nothing crazy. And then we go back to defense. And like I mentioned, it's going to be mostly depth guys here, late round picks. So could look at some of these guys available. Linebacker. I took Luke Reamer last time out of Nebraska. It's a linebacker there. I don't know a whole lot about Al Blades, but in my opinion, he's got a kind of cool name. So maybe just a guy you get there just for his name. Probably not, but I think I'm gonna go D-line depth here with Fabian Lovett out of Florida State. Nothing crazy again. I mean, obviously, last year the Packers hit on their late round picks with a guy like Carl Brooks. So it's not like you're just drafting for no reason at this point, but depth is what you're drafting for right now. Is I'm gonna take Pearl there. So just some depth. Like I've said numerous times already. Let's see, maybe take a wide receiver in the 7th round just for no reason at all. Nate McCollum, Cornelius Johnson out of Michigan. Very talented guy. Solid 7th round pick there. Overall, I think this is a better draft than last time. Quinion Mitchell, Tyler Nubin, Devondre Sweat, and Blake Corum, Cedric Van Pran. I love that first 5 there. After that, it's maybe a step down from that, but I think Quinion Mitchell, Tyler Nubin, Devondre Sweat, Blake Corum, and Cedric Van Pran is the ideal first 5. Maybe you could swap a guy out or two, but I would love this draft. And I said I liked my last one. I know a lot of people had some issues with it. Understandable. But I like this one probably 5 times better than my last one. So I hope you guys think this one's a lot better. And I would be stoked if the Packers had this draft class. All right, well, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, share the video with your friends. Drop a like down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And subscribe if you'd like to see some more Packers offseason content. I'll probably be making a couple more mock drafts prior to the real thing in April. So if you like the mock drafts, subscribe. I'll have some other videos in there as well. And until next time, go Pack Go.